am Teresa Deer. I bring you greetings as a lover of humanity, someone who cares about the environment, a minister, a social justice and civil rights advocate, as well as a member of the NAACP. Ladies and gentlemen, I just returned from Flint, Michigan, and there's a few things I want to share with you that the media is not sharing. The situation in Flint, Michigan is much worse than what we see in the media. And here are some things that I saw that I think are noteworthy in terms of influencing next steps, a response, etc. First of all, the National Guard is on the ground. They are delivering water from door to door, house to house, as well as in distribution centers that are primarily set up at the fire stations, churches, and schools. In order to get the water at the distribution center, you have to have a car. So what if you don't have a car? Then that means not having a car is an obstacle to water. It's a firewall to water. It is a barrier to water. And secondly, after you pull up in your car, the National Guard asks for your ID to verify that you are a resident of Flint. Well, what if you don't have an ID? Then the person, the family, is facing yet another obstacle to access water. So you've got the situation of perhaps not having a car, perhaps not having an ID, and you are only entitled to one case of water per family per day. One case of water per family per day, which means that every day you have to go to the distribution center to get water. So, ladies and gentlemen, I was in Katrina after the hurricane hit, and I think I was in Louisiana and Mississippi for about 3.5 or 4 weeks. I walked among the rubble where houses were reduced to toothpicks for the most part. But the difference between Katrina and this situation is that in the Katrina area, houses can be rebuilt. But how do you rebuild bodies, little bodies, the bodies of children, a metabolism that has been destroyed basically by the toxicity of lead? How do you do that? And so, what we should be cognizant of, I think, is the following. This community, the community in Flint, is going to need strategic and sustainable resources and solutions. There is a need for forensic scientists and specialists, psychologists and sociologists, long after the media has left and long after social justice and civil rights leaders have gone on to the next whatever. These kids will be teenagers and adults, etc. There is going to be a need for mentoring and educational specialists, etc. So we need to embrace the Flint situation for the next 15 or 20 years. And so for some of us, when we consider water, water is indeed a necessity of life. We need water. And then for some of us, water is a luxury in life. But for the people in Flint, Michigan, water is a commodity. And so we really need to find ways to ship water there, for especially if you consider one case of water per family per day. We have to ship water there probably every day for years, or every month for years, to help this community. So those are some of the things that I want to share with you. I want to thank the president of the Flint, Michigan NAACP, Miss Frances Gilchrist, who is doing a phenomenal job there, and she needs our support. So hashtag Frances Gilchrist leadership. You're doing a great job. So thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for your time. I hope this was informative and helpful. And let's just get prepared to help this community, help this city for the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. Thank you so much.